Hey, what's up, folks? This is Quace Fulton from Stretchspot. Thanks for tuning in. And today we're going to talk about how to prevent injury while running. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about in this video is not actually while you're running, but it's things that you can do to prevent injury while you're doing running exercises. Okay? So hang out and I'll give you 7 reasons why. Thanks for coming back. Here's thing number 1 that you can do to prevent injury while running. Drink water, meaning stay hydrated. A lot of runners, a lot of athletes, a lot of people who sport include running, they don't really hydrate themselves with water. Now there might be beer, there might be soda, there might be other things that you yourself with, but water is probably the most productive, other than electrolytes. But the reason why you want to actually keep yourself hydrated, because the muscles themselves, if they're not, it's like oil to the car. That's the best way I can give you an example. Is if you drive your car pretty hard and you don't have enough oil in it, what happens? The motor freezes. Same thing with your muscles. They freeze up, you get cramps, your joints start to hurt because they just don't have enough moisture in it to keep things moving. That's the simplest way to explain it to you without getting really technical. But keep yourself hydrated. If you're running all the time, depends on your body weight, but you got to drink a little bit more than your body weight with water because you sweat a lot when you're running. So like, let's say you're 200 pounds, normally to keep yourself hydrated, you need 100 ounces to keep yourself hydrated. Well, maybe drink 120, 130 ounces because of the loss of sweat. Thing number 2, a lot of people come in here, especially athletes, and their hips are really, really tight. You gotta keep your hips strong and flexible. So the hips is kind of everything to your running. But these are the strings. And if your strings are like crumpled up and tight, and that's from sitting or watching TV all the time, or your daily modern life, the hips are really tight, and when you get out there to run, if you don't warm up or they're not strong enough, you can have problems. So things you can do to keep your hips strong is you can do straight leg raises. And leg raises, what you do is you will activate your quads and your hip flexors to keep those strong. And then you got to do side raises. I mean, get on your side and do side raises. Or what I would do for people is alphabets, meaning you're on your side and you draw the alphabets with your leg, which is pretty hard, and make sure your foot is flexed. And those are things that you can do to keep your hips strong and, more importantly, flexible. Okay. Number 3 is cross-train. There are people out there who just run. And if you just run, you only have one motion you're doing. You're not moving across all planes. Like, you're not zigzagging, you're just running straight. Now, all your brain says, oh, okay, I'm just running straight, so I don't really need these other muscles. I'm gonna be more efficient with moving straight than side to side, things like that. So when I say cross-train, if you're a runner, maybe play a sport that has you move side to side. Get in a weight room and do some weights. Again, working on your hips, doing mobility exercises that keep you moving in all planes. That's up, down, left, right, well, up, climbing up, but you do jump. But down, like squatting, left, right, and work on those type of movements. Thing number 4 is learn how to activate your glutes, or learn how to use your glutes. A lot of people, when I ask them when they come in to Stretchspot, hey, your glutes are pretty tight, probably from sitting on it, hey, activate your glutes, and they're like, they can't, their brain doesn't connect to their glutes. So activating your glutes could be as simple as doing hip raises, but with the hip raises, I would raise my toes off the ground and push from the heels so that I can actually activate the glute. And when you raise up and you squeeze really hard, you squeeze your butt really hard, or you can lay on your stomach Point your feet, raise your feet off the ground, and really squeeze your glute as hard as you can, and just learn how to activate that muscle, because you do use your glutes when you run, especially when you're running in proper position. You squeeze your butt to explode every time. That's why you see a lot of track stars, if they're training correctly, they have incredible glutes. So that's another thing that you can do. Number 5 thing that you can do, which is really simple, is have multiple pairs of shoes. There are people that come in a Stretchspot with, I mean, the shoes are like 175 years old. I'm like, damn, where'd you get these, in the 60s? So make sure that you have multiple pairs of shoes, just because. Number 6 thing you can do is don't run every day. Some people tell me that they run every single day. Now, I don't believe them, but again, when they come in, they have to run because it's medicine for them. It's a meditative thing, and I get it when you exercise. But if you run every day, you don't give your body time to recover. If you want to be a runner or a good runner, mix it up. Again, cross-train again. Like if you run Monday, do some flexibility exercises on Tuesday. Wednesday, maybe ride your bike for a while. Maybe instead of running 6 days a week, run 3 days a week. 2 short days and 1 long day. Or if you got to run 4, but you do the same thing. 2 short days, 2 long days, but space them out. Especially if you're over 35. You can't work out like you were when you were under 35. Trust me, I know, because all kind of injuries happen if you push yourself way too hard for your age. Okay, I'm sorry, I gotta drop it to you. I'm 47, and I can't do what I used to do. Okay. Number 7, which is kind of like number 6, is change it up. And I mean change it up running. So let's say you are a straight runner and you run miles. Maybe do sprints one day. Instead of running straight like 7 miles or 5 miles, whatever you run, do wind sprints, like 10, 12 wind sprints one day. Or find a hill, sprint up the hill, walk down, do stairs. But change it up so you work different muscles so they don't atrophy. Because again, your body tries to be really efficient, and it tries to say, okay, how much do I really need to do? And then it shuts all these other muscles off. That's just it trying to be efficient. Like people who sit all the time, they go, hey, okay, you don't do anything else, so you can't, when you get up, I'm really efficient at the sitting position, okay? So, hopefully that helps you with a few tips. If you like what I had to say, go ahead, like and subscribe. And looking forward to doing more videos for you, okay? Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.